What's going on, YouTube? Wanted to do a quick review on this crystal protector for the Switch that I got for my kids. It's all in all, it's been a good product. Wanted to go over a couple of features that it has, a couple pros, couple cons on it that I've seen so far, and this is pretty much what it is. It's a shell for the Switch itself. It has separate shells for the controller parts, and it just pretty much pops on. The thing is very user friendly. You don't have to really know anything to put this on. It just pops right on like a shell. You could still have access to all of the features on here. Here's the kickstand. It comes up like nothing. You have your memory card under there. Speakers, or actually these are the breathing fans, I believe. They're open. You can still dock it. Everything is perfect on this thing. I watched a lot of reviews before I bought this just to see if this was worth getting or if this was the one that I needed. And a lot of them said it wasn't too durable, said there were a couple of issues with it that they didn't recommend. One of the main flaws that was on the internet about this is because this is a plate that goes on top of the controller itself, it kind of buries the buttons. If you can see that, the buttons aren't flush, but they're pretty close. Here's another controller here, just so you can see the difference, and you can tell that the buttons are not as popped out, but that's only because it actually has that cover on there. I saw that as being one of the flaws when I was reviewing it, but once I actually got the product and used it, I didn't see an issue with it. Yes, it does make them a little bit more buried in there or shallow, but it doesn't affect any of the functions of this product. Doesn't affect any functions when gaming. No issues at all. Even with the sliders here, you can pop the slider on and it works perfect. I mean, it is a little bit thicker right here, but that's only because it has the case on it. And yeah, I haven't seen any issues with this at all. It comes in blue, clear, red, and tinted, so just like a black tint. One thing I really liked about it is it has these ergonomic bumps on it for when you're gripping it with your hand, just to make it a little bit more comfortable, and I appreciate that because my hands are a little bigger, even though this is for my kids. Another concern of mine I had was when you get the product, you actually, a lot of these docks you have to look at, or a lot of these covers you have to look at, because not all of them are dock accessible. This one was, and that was another reason why I really liked it. I will show you. Here's the Nintendo Switch dock. Slides right in, perfect, no issues at all. Goes in there. You could actually take off the controller still, not a problem. And the docking, not having to take the case off and on all the time, that was one of my other main concerns when purchasing a case, because I know there are a lot of them that are like really heavy foam. There are a lot of them that are made out of like rubber or latex, and you have to take those off to dock it. So that was not something I was looking for. This one docks perfectly. I mean, it's actually pretty snug in there, but I wouldn't say it would even be close to damaging anything. Have no concerns over this at all. Now, one thing I did want to show you, and the reason why I didn't clean up the Switch itself before making this video, is just to show you how hard my kids really are on this. So if you look at this, there are deep scratches into this thing already. There's a lot of wear and tear on this, and we've only had it since Christmas. We're in March right now. And so, you know, it's really served its purpose for what it's worth. I mean, for the price, for how inexpensive it is, coming with the tempered screen protector, with the colored controller covers, I have no problems with that at all. I would definitely recommend this, especially if you're looking for an inexpensive route for the kids that are going to be using this. One other concern of mine that I did want to bring up is putting it in a case. So a lot of the cases for the Switch, they are molded to actually just put the Switch in there. For example, this one, this is just a Zelda one I picked up. I believe it was at Target that I got it. Has a little zipper here for the accessories, and then underneath it, these are where the games go. It has two little game compartments, but the Switch is actually supposed to fit in here. So you pop it in and you put this down, and that's where it goes. Now, this was my concern with it. It has the two up here, the two indentations in the actual case, but it doesn't have the two bottom ones. You can see that the case adds the bottom ones, the clear case. So I kind of thought that that was going to be a little bit of an issue, but once I put it in here, popped it in, it works perfect. There's no issues with closing it. You can see it's perfectly flush there. I didn't zip it up, but I will. Let's see. And like nothing, you have a protective case on it. You have your case on the outside for traveling or putting it in your backpack or whatever. And yeah, absolutely wonderful product. I really recommend it. Now, my kids are 12, 11, 8, so I have a couple of older kids. You know, if you're getting a Nintendo Switch for, like, say, a 5-year-old, which I really don't recommend because they are not the most durable hybrid system. But if you are doing that, you might want to look into more of a heavy, maybe foam. I know, like, Nerf had one that was really, really heavy foam. Really worth it. But, again, you have a couple of issues. If they're going to be playing on the TV and you need to dock it, you're going to have to take that in and out, take it on and off just to let them play on the TV. So that's something to keep in mind. Wanted to give my personal input on this. Another cool feature that it came with that I wasn't aware of is it actually has these caps, and they're just the joystick caps that pop on and off. They're pretty cool. I mean, they serve their purpose, and overall I was just looking for protection and durability. So if you can get over the buttons being a little bit shallow, which doesn't affect my gameplay at all, and yeah, I think that this would be perfect. Really recommend it. You can still plug in your earphones and whatnot. You have your earphone jack accessibility right there. You still have your speakers. You can still reach all the buttons right here. They're not buried in there. Really easy to access. Game card has its own slot too, so you can pop in and out games. And I mean, overall, I would buy this again. If this were ever to break, I would buy it again. I'm actually probably going to purchase another one just to get some more of the controller ones. I know they sell the controllers by themselves, the controller covers, but I mean, to get the tempered glass, to get the controller covers, to get the actual Switch case on here, everything together for that low of a price, I don't see why not. I would pay the extra couple of dollars just to get all of these extra features. So, hope this helps. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. I'll be more than happy to answer anything I can. And yeah, till next time.